All right, peeps. So what I'm doing now is this is the third meal of the day. This is Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. So what I'm putting together is I come up with these ideas. I don't really know what to call them. I just know that I have a certain taste. I wanted some Thai food today, but you know, wallets and so forth, and not wanting to order out from different places and stuff like that. So I can have more control over what I'm putting in my food. And so it's really going to be like Thai tacos. The difference is I am not using regular tortillas or anything like that. I'm actually using my pita bread. And I put it in the oven to make it more pliable like this, the toaster oven. I'm having 3 of these, and there's protein inside these, so that gives me a part of my protein. I made my peanut sauce, so this was really just some of my PB2 powder. I have some jalapeno juice, you know, the juice that surrounds the for the jalapenos. So I use some of that to, I use that often. So either the jalapeno juice, or if I have any pepperoncinis, I use the pepperoncini juice to add flavoring and some spice to my stuff if I didn't want to put the whole thing in. So this is just PB powder, some coconut aminos in here, because I don't have any tamari, and I normally use that in place of the soy sauce. Okay. Let's see what else. There's a little bit of honey. There's some cilantro, garlic powder, ginger powder, a little bit of better than bouillon seasoning in here, like maybe like a quarter of a teaspoon in here. And then I think that was it. Yeah. Jalapeno juice and the aminos and a little bit of water to give it the consistency that it has. What I'm going to do to assemble is I'm going to spread it on here first, kind of like you would do like your regular peanut butter. I know that the sauce probably would be a little more runny, but this is the consistency that I like mine at. So I'm putting some on the base, but then I'm also going to put some of this on the top once I finish actually assembling all of the tacos. These little pitas right here, these are the small mini pitas. They are 50 calories. They have about, I want to say 7 grams of carbs, and there's net carbs. So I think there's like 4 or 3 net carbs for this. And then the protein of it is about 5 grams of protein per one of these little mini ones. The bigger ones that I have that I use to make my pizzas with, they have about 60 calories per, and I want to say probably about 9 grams of carbs in it, and I think it's like 5 net carbs. And then it has, I forgot how much, I think it's like 6 or 7 grams of protein in the bigger ones. So I use these for tacos if I want tacos, and then I use the other ones for pizzas. But this is how I also get my carbs in and also get some extra protein for the meal as well. So I spread that on the base. This is going to be interesting of how to get this on here. So we have some spinach. I'm filling these with spinach. Okay. This is about 16 grams of spinach to fill each of these up. Okay. And it's okay, because if the filling falls out, then we're just going to eat the filling with a fork. It just won't go in the middle. Okay. So now that's all of the spinach that I pulled out for that. And I'm grabbing, this is my mixture here that I did in the pan. It has, so I did like a flavor in the base. So I wish I would have filmed this part, but I just didn't. I did all my flavorings in the pan, in the base, with the liquid aminos, and all of my seasonings. And then, because I don't want to recount, I can't think of all of them right now. That's the only reason why I'm not saying them. I'm not trying to gatekeep. So all of my seasonings, they were in the pan first, and then the liquid that comes off of the frozen vegetables, I had my coleslaw frozen, because I use it to cook later on as well, not just to have as coleslaw. So I froze that, and I took that back out and put it into the pot. And the peppers were frozen. Peppers onion mix were frozen. So that makes up your liquid mixture and everything too, to add to this. And then once all of that stuff started cooking down, then that's when I add the shrimp in. Okay, so it gets all the flavoring and everything that I want it to have. And now what I'm gonna do, let me find something else to, I'll use my other spoon. Okay, so I use my other spoon. So now start filling it with my mixture. Okay. And according to the macros, these have, I made it up to at least, I think, 50 grams of protein between all of this together. I did the shrimp, because it doesn't have a lot of fat. It does have cholesterol, but you don't worry about it because I'm not always doing this. I don't do it all the time, so I don't have to worry about the high, like the amount of cholesterol in this, because I don't eat shrimp all the time. And so, but it doesn't have a lot of fat in it, so I was able to, I went ahead and went up to about 157, no, sorry, I went all the way up to 257 grams of the shrimp. So whatever doesn't get into the shells, or the taco shells, put a little bit of that on top, and I'll throw some of the shrimp off to the side. There we go. I'll make it look all pretty. I am not a chef, so this is not gonna be all plated correctly according to whoever's watching this, but this is it. So that's my filling. That's all of my shrimp that came out of the pan. And then now that is done. So now I'm gonna take the remaining bit of my sauce, and this gets drizzled on top. So this gets drizzled on top, so I end up with some nice little shrimp tacos. No cheese, no dairy, no nothing that's in it. I did not have to use any oil inside my little nonstick pan for this, because I did the sauce first, and then I threw in my shrimp to get coated and to cook inside the shrimp. I mean, cook inside the sauce. All right, and so that's the end of it. I measured out the PB powder. So because I measured it out, all of that's included in the protein count. So this is, like I said, this is about, let's see, how did it come out? This is about, it's about 50 something grams of protein. What I'll do is I'll list it when I get ready to post this actual video. I'll go ahead and list it somewhere on the screen of the actual macros for this meal. But that's it. I just didn't go through and cook up everything in front of you, but this is how I assembled, and this is my third meal for the night. I believe it's sitting at around 500 something calories, but this is my third meal for the day, and after this I'm done for the evening.